Good morning, everyone. And thank you for coming in today to celebrate us, the HBHS class of 2017. The long march is finally over, and I think I speak for everyone when I say that we're ready to move on to the next phase of our lives. There are a few more thank yous I'd like to give before I begin. First, to the teachers who have been integral to my experience here and who showed me that the biggest limit to what I could accomplish was how much I was willing to put in. Next, to my coaches on the football and lacrosse teams, who taught me not only the love of athletics, but also how to lead and the rewards that come with hard work and dedication. I'd like to thank my friends and teammates for their support and for getting me out of the house. And finally, my family. It looks like your insistence on keeping me well-rounded has paid off. Mom, Dad, I wouldn't be up here if it weren't for you. All right, now bear with me. I was 6 when what was the last Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, released. Yeah, I know. But the series had been in my life even before then. My parents were members of the first generation to be graced with the epic space opera, and despite my mom's aversion to lightsabers and spaceships, my dad made sure I had seen A New Hope before I could walk. It was my introduction to the idea of good versus evil. As I got older, rewatching the original trilogy gave me heroes to admire, greater than any Marvel or DC threw my way. Sure, Spider-Man could climb walls and Superman could fly, but Luke Skywalker had the Force. Han Solo had the Millennium Falcon, a ship so fast it could make the Kessel Run in a mere 12 parsecs. They didn't fight glorified terrorists who robbed banks or plotted attempts at world conquest. They fought as underdogs to liberate the galaxy from an evil galactic empire. Sometimes when I was out playing basketball with my friends, I would imagine the Star Wars soundtrack playing in the background and a spectral Yoda's words croaking across my head. I'm not going to try and do an impression. You must feel the Force around you, here, between you, the basket, the ball, everywhere. And I would shoot. And on that one time out of 10 that I would make the shot, I couldn't help but suspect. Needless to say, I was pretty excited when news broke of a 7th Star Wars film. For months, I waited for its release, and it was well worth it. Spared of any spoilers, The Force Awakens was an emotional roller coaster that peaked with the death of the greatest smuggler in the galaxy, Han Solo. I'm not ashamed to admit that I shed a tear or two for my old friend. Han Solo had always been there. Now there was suddenly a hole that I never realized had been filled. My entire life, the choice between right and wrong, the easy way and the hard way, was embodied by these characters. Even if I didn't invoke them, they were there. And nerd or not, you can't deny that Star Wars is as pure a representation of good and evil as there is. Unless you don't know what it is, in which case, I apologize for wasting your time. Suddenly a little bit of that good was gone. And in the end, I realized that it wasn't really the death that was bothering me. He's not real, unfortunately. It was the end. It was the end of an era. I realized that the old trinity of heroes was gone, and with it, a period of my life, our lives. When Episode 8's released, we'll be freshmen in college. In the eyes of our parents, our peers, the police, our childhood will be over. As Rey is trained in the Jedi ways by an old and wizened Mark Hamill, we'll be studying engineering, biochemistry, Shakespearean literature, if that's your thing. Sure, the Force is a different beast than higher education, but neither road to mastery is easy. Months before I walked into that theater, I remember experiencing the first Force Awakens TV spot. As that epic anthem boomed across my living room, it proudly declared, "Every generation has a story." It's just about time for ours to begin. Thank you.